They weren't people kissing their best mates on the door just to get into the party, but that's what flesh did. It suddenly made it cool to be gay. Did something just drip on my back there? Or is it a bird shit? I finished a set with Blue Monday on Saturday. It was funny because everyone's just like, one more tune. I'm like, actually, I'm not, because I'd like to leave people with that energy. That is really what Manchester is. It's quirky, it's different, it's electronic, it's funky, it's soul, it's beats, it's bass, it's everything. It's Donna Giles, and I laugh. Every time I say this, I laugh because I lost my absolute mind to that track. The story's in the book. I won't give it away. But it's Donna Giles, and I'm telling you, I'm not going. Sylvester, you make me feel mighty real. Always like get out of jail free card. That doesn't mean when you hear me play that record, I am struggling. Sometimes I play that record because I want to play that record. I don't have one. I don't go to the toilet. I'm a camel. I wait till I'm finished and then I'm just like, move! Everything, everything. The floor was always kind of sus. And you know, Lee Bowery was there a lot. You know, we had PAs from people like the Pet Shop Boys, Take That, and fashion shows from Pam Hogg, Vivienne Westwood, you know, mixture of everything, Destroy, you name it, Murray and Verne, fetish wear, you know, it was everything, absolutely everything. And then we had tattoo artists. The month when they had this swimming pool on the main floor and it just leaked, it was just like, you didn't think that through, did you? It really flew in the face of we should hide away and we should be ashamed of who we are. They created a night that suddenly straight people wanted to get into, and you couldn't have done that. It didn't exist before. They weren't people kissing their best mates on the door just to get into the party, but that's what flesh did. It suddenly made it cool to be gay. Manchester became Gaychester. The flagship phrase for the night was, it's queer up north. There was this place where it was okay to be queer, and flesh did that. I didn't just want to write a book that was just all about me. It's about all of us, and it's about the industry, and it's about how can we change it. It's about people that are changing things in the industry, and it's about putting the histories there that have been forgotten. I can't have experienced all of this, good, bad, for nothing. So it was just finding a way to put all that experience into the page in a really interesting and engaging way, but that would help people, because I didn't have that kind of book when I started. Well, it's certainly better. The landscape is certainly better. One of the arguments it makes in the book is, why is the job even gendered? When people ask me what I do, I don't say, I'm a female DJ, because I think that's absolutely, if you'll excuse the French, effing obvious. So it's looking at the politics of it, and it's looking at the way that something that started as totally anti-establishment, peace, love, unity, respect, it started to mirror the very thing that it was trying to buck the trend against. So it becomes gendered, sexist, misogynistic, all those things that weren't there at the beginning have suddenly infiltrated this beautiful environment that we created at the beginning. So it's a bid really to start to undo that. Well, I just had an absolutely phenomenal back-to-back with Maria, Bless Madonna, which was amazing. She's been able to succeed in a way where she's been able to be herself. She hasn't had to look a certain way, speak a certain way, play a certain thing. She plays what she wants to play. And that's why Bless Madonna is an inspiration for me. I love playing it, but what I don't enjoy, because I get really nervous in big crowds of people, is walking through it. Because it's just so big and dark, and I get a little bit freaked out. Oh God. I used to get nervous before every set. Now I'm not nervous before every set, just the big ones. There's certain gigs that give you a lot more confidence, and I think I'm a lot more confident after playing with Maria. That was a great experience for me because it just made me feel like, you know what, I can do this. Yeah, you can still make a mess of it though. I don't want to get into the therapy of it, but I shit myself.